All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad, who was sent as a mercy to mankind, and upon his righteous companions who carried the light of Islam to the corners of the world. Today, I want to speak to you about one of the greatest personalities in Islamic history, Hazrat Umar ibn Al-Khattab, the second Caliph of Islam. He was a man of power and principle, of justice and humility, of fear of Allah and love for the Prophet. He was known as Al-Faruq, the one who distinguishes truth from falsehood. Hazrat Umar was born into the noble Quraysh tribe of Makkah. In the early days of Islam, he was one of its fiercest enemies. In fact, it is reported that he once set out with the intention to kill the Prophet, but Allah had a greater plan for him. When he entered his sister's house and heard the verses of the Quran being recited, his heart trembled. The light of faith entered his soul, and the man who once fought against Islam became one of its strongest defenders. His conversion was a turning point in Islamic history. Until then, Muslims prayed in secret, hiding from the persecution of the Quraysh. But when Umar embraced Islam, he marched straight to the Kaaba and declared his faith openly. He was fearless, he was bold, and from that day forward, Islam began to rise with new strength. After the death of the Prophet and the leadership of Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar became the second Caliph. His rule lasted 10 years, and during that time, the Muslim empire expanded beyond imagination, stretching from the deserts of Arabia to the borders of China, Persia, and North Africa. But what made Hazrat Umar truly remarkable was not the size of his empire, it was the justice with which he ruled. There is a famous story of a Christian man who travelled to Medina to complain about a Muslim governor. He asked, "Where is your king?" The people told him, "We have no king, but our caliph lives there." He went and found Umar sleeping under a tree with no guards, no palace, no riches. The man said, "You ruled with justice, so you sleep in peace." Hazrat Umar had a heart that bled for the people. He used to walk the streets of Medina at night to check on the poor. One night he heard a child crying. When he asked the mother, she said, "We have no food, so I'm boiling water to make them think food is coming." Umar wept. He rushed to the treasury, loaded a sack of food on his back, and delivered it himself. When his servant offered to carry it, he replied, "Will you carry my burden on the day of judgment?" This was the man who ruled over millions, but feared standing before Allah more than anyone. He wore clothes with patches, ate simple food, and lived like the poorest of his people. Yet the kings of the world feared his name. Hazrat Umar was a strict yet fair ruler. He established an advanced system of governance, courts, welfare systems, salaries for the poor, and even checks on his own governors. He once said, "Even if a dog dies hungry on the banks of the Euphrates, I fear I will be held responsible before Allah." On the battlefield, he was a lion. In the mosque, he was a humble worshipper. At home, he was a servant of his family, and in society, he was a leader like no other. Tragically, he was martyred in the mihrab while leading the Fajr prayer. Even in death, he taught us a lesson: never forget your accountability before Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, the life of Hazrat Umar is a timeless reminder of what it means to live for Allah, to lead with justice, to serve with humility, and to fear no one but the Almighty. If today's leaders, and even we as individuals, adopted even a fraction of his character, the world would be a better place. Let us take inspiration from him. Let us strive to be people of truth, of justice, and of taqwa. May Allah be pleased with Umar ibn Al-Khattab, and may we walk in the footsteps of the righteous. Ameen.